basketball fans. Welcome to the LBAA 76th Tournament of Champions. This is our bracket reveal show, coming at you semi-live. My name is Tim Colmorgan. I'm one of the directors, and my son Christian
Hello.
is right here to help us go through the brackets. Hopefully everyone's excited about coming to Fort Wayne to the Plasman Athletic Center in a few days, and we are going to have some fun. We have a good lineup for you, and let's get started.
Yeah, let's get right into it. Starting with the girls bracket, starting up at the top with your semi-square, half-circle kind of thing. We will start at the very top with the Christ Peoria, Illinois. Christ Peoria Lady Comets, they were championship winners, winning 49-22 over Palatine. Pretty significant victories over each team, so we're definitely looking at a favorite right here.
Lady Comets with their cool flaming basketball logo.
They will be up against our Shepherd from Birmingham, Michigan. Okay, the Trojans, overall record 8-9, placed third at the Lutheran High Northwest tournament. They've had a lot of road victories, or the most road victories in school history, so they'll be looking to take their road victories to the national tournament. Moving on down the line, Concordia Lutheran from San Antonio, Texas. The Cardinals, 23-8, third place in the Alamo City Invitational. The Texas Lutheran Regional Tournament runners-up. Slow start to the season, but then, wow, 16-3 since. So they're looking on a streak, coming into a streak, and look at that picture right there. Those look like some ballers. Holy, that's an awesome picture.
Some of these teams are really doing some nice work with their team photos. So,
they'll be going up against Trinity Lutheran from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. The Trojans, 17-4 overall record. First place, two first places in a row. Iowa District East and then Emmanuel Lutheran Tri-State Tournament. Another good-looking group right there. Moving on down, Christ Community Lutheran from Kirkwood, Missouri. CCLS Chargers have an overall record of 22-4. Tournament champions, they've got 4 of them. Oh, actually they were runner-up in 1. But 3 tournament champions and then 1 runner-up. So not a bad resume. Okay? They'll be going up against Grace Lutheran from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. The Lady Raiders, 25-9. First place in the Grace Classic, and second place in 3 other tournaments as well. So looking to get on a run here in this tournament.
5th place at Nationals each of the last 2 years. Good-looking bunch.
Next up, Trinity Lutheran from Fremont,
Nebraska.
Fremont, Nebraska. The Panthers, 18-0 overall, undefeated. Looking to bring that undefeated record into the national tournament and stay undefeated throughout. That might be our first undefeated team if that were to be the case. Would that be? We'd have to look at the record books to see.
First one. The Panthers are led by all 8th grade starting lineup. This is a pretty cool talking point. They want to treat the court like a racetrack, offensively and defensively. They're going to be fun to watch. I can assure you of that.
Definitely a team to look out for.
That's right. And we'll be looking for the love that the players have for their teammates, because I'm told it shows on the court.
We'll be looking for that. They'll be going up against in the first round Royal Redeemer from North Royalton, Ohio. Rockets finished the regular season 16-0. Another undefeated team, so good competition coming right out of the gate. Good to see who will come out on top in that game. I'll be definitely watching that one.
So all 4 of these 8th graders on the team have plans to play in high school next year. They're also part of a winning volleyball team and both conference and state champs. Sad note here, Coach Woody's been battling cancer off the court, and the team and, of course, all of us are very supportive of him. And they were recently featured on a Channel 5 news from Cleveland.
Wow.
News segment. There they are. There's Coach Woody.
Moving on to the boys' side of the bracket. Okay, we'll start at the top. St. John's Lutheran from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. The Crusaders have an overall record of 32-1. 32-1. Wow. They won the Star of Bethlehem tip-off tournament, the Hales Corner tournament, the Division I Conference Tournament, Eastside Madison Tournament. Wow, that's a lot of tournaments to win. So they're hoping to bring that win streak of tournaments into the national tournament.
They're bringing some high-powered people, too. Kinston, the leader, leads the team in scoring, rebounds, assists, does it all. Brings the ball up, shoots threes, pull-up jumpers, rebounds, posts up. I don't think you can ask for more from a player
I'm
there.
not sure there's anything else to do.
Defense and IQ, I'm told, are what sets this team apart. Kinston, Cash, and Jackson, those three boys combined for 6 steals and 3 blocked shots. That's per game.
Oh, wow. Per
There
game.
they are.
Definitely another team to look out for. They will be going up against Trinity Lutheran from Toledo, Ohio.
I know where that is.
The Vikings. We are very familiar with the Vikings. Vikings have an overall record of 18-5. They were the consolation champions, of the Lutheran North Tournament in Michigan. 3rd place finish at the All-Ohio Lutheran State Tournament. And this is their 6th trip to nationals.
And one memorable year, they won the Mel Doering Spirit Award. This will be Coach Eric Hickman's last year on the bench. He's had a real good run. Jack Lindsay is the strongest all-around player, followed by Gabe and Logan. These guys they play big inside, and the defense is what they feel sets them apart. Unfortunately, Nick Walker's going to be out with a broken arm. He was battling hard at the state tournament, and I guess that's where that happened. So, the team is also very supportive of each other, just as we hoped they would be.
Next on down, we got Trinity Lutheran Cedar Rapids. The Trojans are 22-4 overall. They were the Kelowna Invitational Champions, the Midwinter Tournament Champions, the Tri-State Tournament Champions, and the Iowa District East Tournament Champions. So they're looking to ride their streak into the national tournament.
Such nice-looking boys, too. But,
very well dressed.
they play like animals. Good animals.
They'll be going up against Trinity Klein Lutheran from Spring, Texas. The Eagles have an overall record of 29-13. They were the state runner-up, finished 2nd in every tournament that they participated in, and this is their 23rd appearance at the Tournament of Champions.
This school is celebrating their 150th anniversary as a church and school. Here's some fun facts. Trinity Klein is home to Lyle Lovett and Kylie Rogers and Adam Euler.
Wow.
He's a pitcher for the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
Both Lyle Lovett and Adam Euler played sports for and graduated from Trinity Klein. How about that?
Wow. Moving on down, St. Luke's, Oviedo, Florida. The Wildcats have an overall record of 25-2. They were the Florida State champions, the first state championship since 2008. And their last tournament appearance was 2019. So pretty exciting for these boys to finally get back to that national tournament. Look at them all happy with that smile on their face, ready to come and perform well at this tournament.
Ready to leave the warmth of Florida and come on up here.
Yeah, the blazing cold. Here we go. They'll be going up against Emmanuel Lutheran from St. Charles, Missouri. The Eagles have an overall record of 25-7. A lot of good tournament finishes. There's 3 first-place finishes, a second-place finish, a third, and 2 fourths. That's a lot of winning, if you ask me. That's a lot of winning.
Emmanuel Lutheran celebrating 175 years. That's awesome.
Now we're going on to the next side. Emmanuel Lutheran, Palatine, Illinois. The Bobcats have an overall record of 24-8. They're 2nd place in the Illinois Lutheran State Tournament, and they're returning majority of their lineup for the 2nd season in a row, so that's good news. A lot of chemistry built up, so they're looking to maybe put a run together in this national tournament. They've been to 17 national tournaments, the 3rd most in LBAA history.
Tell you what, there they are. It's a young team that's worked incredibly hard. They start 5 7th graders, and their 6th man is a 6th grader.
Wow.
All 3 coaches have played at the LBA National Championship for Emmanuel Palatine, all under Coach John Ulrich Sr. Current coach Johnny Ulrich took over coaching from his father, the legendary coach, 2 seasons ago. So Johnny Ulrich Jr. graduated from Emmanuel in 2002. They won the Illinois State Championship and the LBA National Champion that year.
Sounds like a lot of experience on that coaching staff.
Might use the D word for dynasty, right?
Yeah. They'll be going up against St. Paul's Lutheran from West Point, Nebraska. The Eagles have an overall record of 11-3. They were the 2024 Round Ball Tournament champion, second place at the Christ Lutheran Norfolk Tournament, and third place in the Class A State Tournament.
These guys moved up 2 classes at the state tournament from C to A. They have a David versus Goliath mentality, and they might be small in numbers, but they're here to prove that David can beat Goliath.
And we've seen it done before.
We've seen it done. I even read about it somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. All right, moving right along, going back to the girls' side of the bracket. St. Peter's from Columbus, Indiana. The Lady Lions have an overall record of 22-0. Another undefeated team, so we're bringing in some undefeated records into this national tournament.
There's a lot of high-power basketball coming to the national tournament. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I know. And I feel like we've seen these Lady Lions before.
Oh, you know it.
They'll be going up against St. John's Lutheran, Mayville, Wisconsin. The Eagles have an overall record of 17-4, undefeated in Wall. I'm sure that's their league's name. I thought it was a Wall, but the Wall tournament. They were the Wall tournament champions. Second place of the Lebanon Lutheran tournament. Third place at St. Paul's tournament and state qualifiers. The first girls team in school history to attend the LBA Nationals tournament.
Hey, congratulations.
That is a very big accomplishment. You guys should be proud.
They look like they are proud. Look at that picture.
They do look very proud. Moving right along, Emmanuel Lutheran, Hamburg, Minnesota. The Raiders' overall record is 20-2. Their tournament play was the MLAA tournament champs, Bethany tournament champs, St. Joseph's tournament champs, and second in the Minnesota State Lutheran basketball tournament.
This is a well-rounded and quick team. The top scorer could be any player on any given night. There are 7 7th graders and 4 8th graders.
And those are the most dangerous teams to look out for, too, when you don't know who the so-called best scorer is on the team.
They can all do it. There they are. They look like such nice girls, too.
They'll be going up against Christ Lutheran from Overland Park, Kansas. The Griffins have an overall record of 11-4. KCL League record of 6-1, and the Kansas City Lutheran Athletic League champions. This is the first year that the Christ Lutheran girls have gone to nationals.
Fantastic. We love to hear that.
I think I remember the boys team went last year because we had to figure out what a Griffin was. And when we found out, we were like, wow, that's a really cool mascot.
Yeah, that's an unusual one. Well,
St. Paul's Lutheran from...
Can you say that?
I need...
Oconomowoc,
Wisconsin. The Warriors have an overall record of 23-1. I see a lot of champions on my screen. Champions, 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 and the first seed for the Wisconsin State Lutheran Tournament.
These Warriors are a very hard-working and tight-knit group. They're also very humble, and they work harder each day to practice and improve individually, but also as a team. This group of girls is dedicated and very supportive of one another. They play for him.
Good for them. That's an awesome city name, if I do say so myself.
If you can say so yourself.
If I can say it myself, yes, you're right. They'll be going up against Emmanuel Lutheran from Macomb, Michigan. The Chargers have an overall record of 17-7, ties their school record for wins, and they were second place in the league. Their team strength is defense, and they led the league in points at 15, or again, like
points against.
15.8 a game. 15 a game is...
That's not many.
Very, very good.
That's not very many.
If you're holding teams to 15 points, you're going to win a lot of games.
That's right. Looking forward to watching all these teams play, but
yes.
Good defense is awesome to see.
Moving right along, St. Luke's from Oviedo, Florida. The Wildcats have an overall record of 21-0. Another undefeated team. They were the Florida State champions, third year in a row Florida State champions. And this is the 9th trip to the national tournament for the girls program.
It's no small feat to come from Florida because you can't just drive over there in a couple of hours. So
exactly.
We appreciate Florida teams coming. There are the Wildcats right there.
Again, leaving the warmth to come into the nice cold weather of Indiana.
The nice cold weather.
Yes. They'll be playing Emmanuel Lutheran from East Dundee, Illinois. The Eagles have an overall record of 21-9. They were 4th place in the Route 31 tournament. 3rd place, Trinity Cedar Rapids Midwinter Tournament. 2nd place, and then consolation champions for the Illinois LSA State Basketball Tournament. Excuse me. And then this is their 5th Nationals appearance. The second in 2 years. Wow. 2 years in a row.
They're doing it. The church and school date back to 1863, and this school building was built before the church. The current building they're in, it's not old, it's stately. 1912. That's awesome.
Moving on to the boys' side. We got St. Paul's Lutheran from Fort Wayne, Indiana. The hometown team, the Bears, own a record of 33-4, undefeated in league play, and their tournament wins were Lutheran High School of Indianapolis tournament, the Lutheran School Athletic Association tournament champions, and the ILSAA champions. Their 12th consecutive national tournament bid, and they're a 3-time LBAA national champion. So you could say that they could be the favorite based on their past.
Well, they've defeated every single team they've played within the state of Indiana, including the Catholic League champion. They recently played in the Hoosier Gym, made famous by the movie Hoosiers in Nicetown, Indiana. St. Paul's, this is an awesome fact, it is the oldest school in the state of Indiana. 187 years old, the oldest school, not just Lutheran, but any school of any kind.
Wow.
That's right, St. Paul, Fort Wayne.
They'll be going up against Bethany, Parma, Ohio. The Trojans have an overall record of 17-7. They were 2nd place in the Bethany preseason tournament, 2nd place in the MLK midseason tournament, and 3rd place in the John Weber Memorial Tournament.
All 5 of the starters have scored over 150 points for the season.
Wow.
And the team's leadership comes from both the 7th and the 8th graders, not just the 8th graders. They embody the definition of a family. This school's been around quite a while too, although not as long as some. Started in 1935, and it's the largest school enrollment-wise in the state of Ohio.
Nice. Moving right along, Christ Lutheran from Norfolk, Nebraska.
Sometimes they call it Norfolk. Seriously. Norfolk, Nebraska.
The Tigers have an overall record of 20-6. Record versus Lutheran schools is 13-1, and their tournament wins are Crofton Tournament, the Emmanuel Columbus Tournament, the Big School Roundball Nebraska Tournament, Christ Lutheran Tournament, and the C Club State Tournament.
C Club.
They got 2nd place.
I actually went to Emmanuel Lutheran in Columbus for a year. Coaches Wade Lawless and Tom McGregor have gotten some great effort and results from these boys. They played some tough competition too, as you can see by their resume. Their average margin of victory was 23 points against Lutheran schools.
Wow. That's a big number.
That's a big number.
They'll be playing against First Lutheran from Ponca City, Oklahoma. The Cardinals.
Good guess.
I would say it's a pretty good guess. Were the Milt. Oh, you have to help me with this word. Bruggeman.
I think you got it.
Hope Classic champions. The Scheidler Oklahoma Tournament, 2nd place. HCAA Oklahoma State Tournament, 2nd place. Texas Regional Lutheran Tournament, 4th place. And then the Trinity Jefferson City, Missouri Tournament, 2nd place.
A lot of tournaments for some of these teams. That's awesome. First Lutheran, Ponca City.
Moving right along, the Christ Community Lutheran School from Kirkwood, Missouri. CCLS Chargers have an overall record of 28-2. Their tournament champions, the Good Shepherd Tournament, the Route 31 Tournament, the Emmanuel Valentine's Tournament, St. Louis Lutheran Athletic League City champions, and they were the Missouri State runner-up.
A lot of hardware those boys are wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. They're going to be
playing against Emmanuel Lutheran Silo from Lewiston, Minnesota. 6th place at the Minnesota State Tournament. Played teams from Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, and Kansas already this season. Coach Reed helped bring his first team from Emmanuel Silo to nationals back in 2014. So it's been quite a while since the Lewiston.
Well, they've been back since, but that was their first appearance.
Oh, that was their first appearance. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Sure, they're excited to be back.
Absolutely.
Moving right along, we got Hales Corners from Hales Corners, Wisconsin. The Wildcats' overall record is 26-8. They have 3 tournament championships, the MLESAA Division and Conference Champions, the Wisconsin State Final Four, and this is their 9th appearance in the national tournament in school history. Good-looking group of boys.
Yep, Hales Corners is they're at the tournament a lot, and they deserve to be.
More recently too, they've been almost every year.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Lutheran from Macomb, Michigan, is who they'll be facing. The Chargers have an overall record of 22-3. Their 3 losses were by a total of 6 points.
Oof.
Wow, it's a lot of close games.
Close.
22 wins is the most in school history. They were the champions of 3 tournaments, which is also the most in school history. The Frankenmuth, the Lutheran High North, and the Lutheran High Northwest. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, yeah.
Moving back down to the girls' side of the bracket. We got Trinity Klein from Spring, Texas. The Eagles have an overall record of 40-3. Now that's a lot of tournaments.
Play some serious games.
That's a lot of games. Our only losses were to 2 AAU teams and a high school team. Well, when
They
you
wanted
play
some competition, so they played a high school.
when you play high school teams, it's going to be hard to win those games, but that's still impressive. Their tournament wins were Trinity Invitational, Concordia San Antonio Alamo Shootout, the Houston Lutheran Tournament, the Texas State Regional Tournament. A lot of tournament wins.
On to the national tournament.
See if they can keep that streak of tournament wins.
I think they would like that.
They'll be playing in the first round Trinity Lutheran from Utica, Michigan. The Warriors have an overall record of 14-8. They took 2nd place in the Lutheran Northwest Tournament, 3rd place in the Lutheran North Tournament. Our team is centered on attitude and effort. This is our 2nd straight year participating in nationals, but only 1 player is returning. Wow. That is Tegan Krieger. Krieger? Krieger.
Don't hurt yourself.
I won't.
So that's pretty awesome to make it back, but you don't have a lot of carryover. That means you got some good talent moving up.
Really good coaching too. St. Paul Lutheran from Napoleon, Ohio. The Crusaders have an overall record of 17-4. They have 3 tournament wins: the All-Ohio Lutheran State Tournament, the NWOLL Tournament Champions, and the St. Lorenz Frankenmuth Tournament Champions.
So these girls apparently have a hair braiding tradition before the games. They spend time hanging out, waiting to have their turn at the hair braiding, and they do some serious bonding, which means they have an excellent relationship on and off the floor. And their team's more than a team, it's a community. The fans always show up. I remember that about St. Paul Napoleon. Mm-hmm. And they're excited to display their team spirit. And Napoleon, traditionally, lots of team spirit. Excellent teams.
So if you need to get your hair braided, you know who to go.
I need some hair first.
Well, yeah, you probably need to get some hair first. All right, anyway, they're going to face up against St. Paul's Lutheran from Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Bears have an overall record of 19-7. They were the Suburban Bethlehem Lutheran Tournament champions, the Indy Lutheran Tournament runner-up, the Fort Wayne Lutheran LSAA runner-up, the ILSAA State 4th place finish. The team averages 31 points a game. That's a lot of points. 11 from Jada Sims and Willis with 7 points a game. All state players were Willis and Feipel.
I think so.
Feipel?
Anna.
There
they are.
Moving right along, we got Emmanuel Lutheran Palatine, Illinois. The Bobcats have an overall record of 26-8. They have 5 tournament wins. A 2nd place finish in the LSA Illinois State Tournament. The Lady Bobcats have been to the LBAA Nationals 23 times.
23.
That's a lot. And they've been to the national championship they've been national champions 6 times.
That's right.
So not only have they been there a lot, they have won a lot.
These folks are dedicated to the LBAA National Tournament. The players and the parents have run or are running a lemonade stand to help them get a bus.
Oh.
So they don't have to hitchhike this year. There they are.
They'll be going up against St. John Lutheran from Chaska, Minnesota. The Royals have an overall record of 11-3. Their season performance, they went to the Minnesota State State Tournament and they got 3rd place. Moving right along, we got Hales Corners from Hales Corners, Wisconsin. The Wildcats have an overall record of 22-10. They have one tournament championship, 6th place in Wisconsin State Tournament, 11th appearance in the LBAA National Tournament.
I'll tell you what, the Wisconsin Lutheran schools turn out a lot of excellent basketball teams. So,
yes, indeed.
6th place for them is like 1st or 2nd for other states.
Yes. A lot of good teams in Wisconsin. They'll be going up against the First Lutheran from Ponca City, Oklahoma. The Cardinals are this is the same one. The same one last time. Before.
Milt
Brueggemann, Hope Classic champions. Scheidler, Oklahoma tournament champion, or 2nd place finish. HCAA Oklahoma State Tournament 3rd place, 4th place in the Texas Regional Lutheran Tournament, and 3rd place in the Trinity Jefferson City, Missouri Tournament.
Man, just to get to play in that many tournaments is awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of game experience right there.
And a lot of good competition. All right, moving on. Boys. St. John's Lutheran from Chaska, Minnesota. The Royals have an overall record of 23-0. Haven't lost yet. They are the MLAA Conference champions, the Minnesota State champions, and this is the boys' 12th trip to nationals.
They returned every single starter from last year's team that also went to the national tournament.
Wow.
So they've got, not only they have basketball talent, but they've got kind of a feel for how the big time runs.
They've got the experience. They'll be going up against our Shepherd Lutheran from Birmingham, Michigan. The Trojans' overall record is 14-9, and they were 3rd place in 3 tournaments: the Lutheran Northwest Tournament, the St. Lorenz Tournament, and the Michigan Lutheran Basketball Association State Tournament of Champions. Next up, we got St. Paul from Westlake, Ohio. The Tigers have an overall record of 20-5. Cleveland Lutheran Elementary League champions, runner-up in All-Ohio State Tournament. Victories over teams from 3 states, Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. St. Paul's boys are making their 11th tournament appearance.
All due to talented boys and talented coaching.
Mm-hmm. Their first-round opponent will be Cross Lutheran from Yorkville, Illinois. The Crusaders have an overall record of 24-10. Their tournament wins consist of the ICS Tournament, St. Rita Thanksgiving Tournament, and the Saints Shootout.
This team has a great basketball IQ. They're very guard-heavy with 6 kids who can knock down the threes. That's difficult to defend, especially if they're all 6 on the floor at the same time.
Exactly.
All with decent ball handling skills. Then they have this 6'2" guy, Carter Reichert, a big man with a soft touch at the basket. Those are hard to come by.
Those are very hard to come by.
And schools overlook them because a lot of the guys are not so big, but they have a lot of fight. And the core of the team has been playing together for a long time.
Next up, we got St. Marcus Lutheran from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The Mustangs have an overall record of 21-3. Their tournament wins were St. Marcus Holiday Tip-Off Tournament of Champions, the St. Paul's Grafton Tournament Champions, and the runner-up at the LSA Wisconsin State Tournament to St. John's Tosa.
This school has 3 campuses in inner-city Milwaukee: North Avenue campus, Center Street campus, and Burley Street campus. There's a lot of kids that go to this school. The church is celebrating its 150th anniversary. And head coach Josh Metzger once scored 61 points in a game when he was playing for Wisconsin Lutheran College.
Wow, that's a lot of points. They'll be going up against Holy Cross Lutheran from Indianapolis, Indiana. The Blaze have an overall record of 27-10. They were the Central Indiana LSAA season and tournament champs. The Lutheran High School Indianapolis Invitational 2nd place, and the St. James Lutheran Invitational 2nd place, and also the Indiana State Tournament 3rd place. This is their first appearance at the LBAA Nationals.
Another first. Congratulations. Can't wait to introduce you to what goes on at the LBAA Nationals.
It'll be a fun time. Moving on, we got St. John's Lutheran from Orange, California. The Mustangs have an overall record of 21-2, and this is one of the best records in school history. undefeated in league play, and scored over 50 points in 10 games. Defensively held opponents to a scoreless quarter 10 times. Wow. And then their tournament wins were St. Paul's tournament. They were 5-0, and the St. Justin's tournament champions 4-0. So they, put some good tournament runs together. So maybe they can put another one together to be the tournament champions.
I think that's the plan.
They'll be going up against St. Peter Lutheran from Arlington Heights, Illinois. The Saints are 11-4 for final 15 games of the season, and the team plays second or third in 5 regular season tournaments. And we got the bottom half of the girls' bracket now. The Lutheran North, St. Louis, Missouri. The Crusaders' overall record is 15-1. This is only our 5th year in existence. Wow, good for them. 2024 City Playoff Champs, 2024 State Champs, 2023 LBAA National Champs. So they're looking to defend their title. This is just their second appearance in the LBAA tournament, trying to go 2 for 2.
So this is their second appearance, and they won it all the first time. So they're going to be coming to make it happen.
In the first round, they'll be going up against Luther Memorial from Cleveland, Ohio. The Lancers have an overall record of 12-6. They were second in the CLEL, third in the CLEL tournament, fourth at the All-Ohio State Basketball Tournament, and this is just the second year of having 7th and 8th grade girls basketball. And last year, they only won 1 game, and that was by forfeit. Well,
this team prides itself on the comeback. In their 4 biggest wins of the season, they battled back from 8 points down, 8 points down, 12 points down, and 14 points down, respectively. They never give up, and their defensive pressure and aggressiveness is what keeps them in every single game.
Well, that just shows the fight that this team has. Next up, we got St. Paul Lutheran from Grafton, Wisconsin. The Panthers' overall record is 27-2. They were the Grace Lutheran Hartford Tournament champions, the Bethlehem Lutheran Sheboygan Tournament champions, the conference champions undefeated, and they're led by 3 coaches who were voted Coaches of the Year in their conference. And this is their 12th appearance in the national tournament. Sounds like a lot of good coaching on that sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
Their first round opponent will be Cross Lutheran from Yorkville, Illinois. The Crusaders' overall record is 18-6. Their tournament results, they were first in the Lombard tournament and third in the Illinois State tournament. Central Lutheran from New Haven, Indiana. The Chargers, 30-6. Inaugural Weber Memorial Tournament champions, the 2023 AAU ball dropped 4th place. The Garrett Shootout runners-up, South Division champions, LSAH City champions, first time in 16 years, might I add, and the ILSSA State Tournament runners-up. The Central Lutheran girls team has not been back to the Nationals since 2008, so this is their first appearance in 16 years.
That's awesome.
Good for them.
They look like they're ready to go.
Their first round opponent will be Concordia Lutheran from Omaha, Nebraska. The Mustangs' overall record is 13-6. They were the Nebraska State Tournament runner-up, and the Omaha, you have to help me with this word too, Parochial League runner-up Elite Division. Back-to-back national tournament appearances.
Parochial. You're not a Lutheran school teacher.
No, I'm not. Parochial. Now we have Emmanuel Lutheran Silo from Lewiston, Minnesota. The Crusaders' overall record is 30-2, 2024 Minnesota State champions, and they've consistently finished in top 6 at the Minnesota State since 2016. We participated in 5 tournaments, and they won all but 1. So going 4-1 is not bad. This will be the 7th team appearance for the Emmanuel girls team. Their first round opponent will be Salem Lutheran Tomball, Texas. The Saints, they only have 7 players, but
they're small but mighty.
Exactly.
Small but mighty.
They were second place in the HLAC City Playoffs, second place at the Trinity Klein Tournament, and the third place in the Texas State Tournament.
They're enjoying spring break this past week. but they'll be rested and ready to rock and roll at the national tournament.
Coming off the spring break, I'd be well rested too. All right, closing it out, we have the boys' side, the bottom half of the bracket. Here we go. Christ Lutheran Peoria, Illinois. The Comets' overall record is 29-0, another undefeated team. The winner of Christ Community St. Louis Tournament, winner of the Christ Lutheran Invitational Tournament, and the winner of Illinois Lutheran State Tournament.
These boys are the real deal. In addition to winning the Illinois State Tournament, they played the winners of the 3A and 4A, the highest public levels, in the IESA State Tournament winners early in the year, and they beat them both.
Wow.
And here's a big statistic. They averaged 71 points a game in 4 games at the state tournament.
That's a lot of points.
Yep.
Their first round opponent will be Concordia Lutheran, Omaha, Nebraska. The Parochial Athletic League Class A tournament, first place. All Lutheran Roundball tournament, second place. And the Concordia C Club tournament, fourth place. Good looking group of boys.
Good looking bunch.
Trinity Lutheran from Waukesha, Wisconsin. The Trojans, overall record is 25-5. First place, Good Shepherd. First place, St. John Marysville. Third place, St. Marcus. Second place, LAA Conference Tournament. And the third place, LSA Tournament, State Tournament. 4 of their losses are to St. John's Wauwatosa.
They've only lost 5, but 4 of them were...
A little bit of a...
So the teams have been playing together since first grade, kindergarten, first grade. So you see their kindergarten, first grade, the sweet little faces in their YMCA uniforms. And how they look now as 8th graders. That's your Trinity Trojans from Waukesha. This group set goals in 3rd grade to qualify for state and nationals when they got to 8th grade, and they did it both.
Wow. Their first round opponent will be Christ Lutheran from Overland Park, Kansas. The Griffins have an overall record of 12-1. Team is coming off a championship win with a record of 6-0 in the Kansas City Lutheran Athletic League. This is the 3rd time that the boys have gone to nationals.
There are the Griffins.
Here we go. Lutheran North, St. Louis, Missouri. They were 3rd place in conference, back-to-back Missouri State champions, and this is their 2nd appearance in the LBAA National Tournament. This is only their 5th year in existence, by the way.
Just like the girls. I guess they had boys and girls together 5 years ago.
Good for them.
Yeah, there they are.
Making some noise early. Their first round opponent will be Trinity Lutheran from Utica, Michigan. The Warriors have an overall record of 18-5, and the team plays 2nd at the MLBA State Tournament. I like those warm-ups.
Yeah, they look nice.
Central Lutheran from New Haven, Indiana. The Chargers have an overall record of 20-7. They were the John Weber Memorial Tournament champions, the LSAA Tournament runner-up, and the ILSAA runners-up. Also, they scored a total of 1,125 points versus a total of 847 from their opponents. That's a lot of...
Sounds like a winning combination.
It's a huge difference right there.
Yeah.
They'll be going up against St. Paul's Lutheran from Orange, California. The Panthers have an overall record of 18-3. They were the LESTOC tournament champs, which featured teams from Idaho, Nevada, Arizona, as well as California. They were the New Year's Extravaganza tournament champs, hosted by South Coast Hoops. A huge thank you goes to all the people that trekked to Indiana to support them, and another shout out to all the people in California that are rooting for them during this tournament.
And there are your Panthers from St. Paul's Orange. We wish everybody safe travels on the way to the Plassman Athletic Center at Turnstone, and we will see you in just a few days. That ends our bracket reveal show, and the brackets are going to be posted shortly.